Over 800 ultramarathon runners have gathered in Sacramento, California for the 32nd annual American River 50-mile endurance run. The run is the nation's second largest 50-mile race. Runners toe the starting line in Sacramento, California and finish in Auburn, California.
Number 687.
Well, it actually started out 32 years ago, and some runners got together and decided that it would be fun to stage a 50-mile endurance race on foot instead of on horse. And it actually started here in Auburn and went downhill, so to speak, to Sacramento. But now the current race course goes from Sacramento to Auburn. So 50 miles starting in Sac State at the Guy West Bridge and finishing here at Auburn Overlook.
Wonderful. And since you're the race coordinator, what process and maybe how many months did it take you to coordinate this event?
It's a year-round preparatory event that we put on. So once this race is over this year, we already start planning for the next year and so on and so forth. I have a staff of about 50 coordinators who work with me and over 200 volunteers out today supporting and helping each runner make their way here to Auburn successfully and safely.
From California. He's won this race on 2 occasions.
About solid training for two months, and then pretty much consistent, specific training for 2 months for this race. But running over the last 8. I try to do about 6 per year, and they span starting February through June, July. Of the summer, and then I rest the rest of the year. Maybe do a marathon or something.
I run with the Quicksilver Running Club, and we have a lot of group runs, so we go out together long on Saturdays and Sundays and just put a lot of miles in. We kind of train year-round, but we started I did Napa Marathon at the beginning of the month as a training run, so I would say we really amp up our training maybe January. I've always just been curious of what the body can do, and it's amazing what you can do if you put your mind to it. So I started out with marathons and then a 50K, and then I thought, let's try a 50-miler. So
really all I did was a few long runs. I do 50Ks quite often on the weekends, but endurance-wise, I do a lot of CrossFit, and that more than enough prepares me for the 50-mile run.
And I noticed you're a minimal runner. Can you tell us why you've chosen to do minimal running and how long have you been doing that?
Yeah, I've been doing minimal running for about a year, and I use the 5-finger Vibrams. It's more of a natural running. I can run all this distance and I never have a knee issue, I never have shin splints, and I never have any ankle issues. Like I said, I never lose a toenail, I never have blisters. And it's just the form of running with it, it's just less impact on your body. It's all about calf strength and ankle strength. Start out slow. I used to do normal marathons, and the first time I put these on, I could barely run a mile, and I couldn't walk for 2 days because your calves, you start using a lot of muscles that you've never used before. So definitely start off very slow. It might be a hate relationship for at least a month or 2, but once you get into it, it's well worth it. And I would never go back to regular shoes.
I would suggest if you're going to be a minimal runner to start out on the track, otherwise you're going to find yourself with foot problems. And just start out slow and kind of increase your mileage from there, and I wouldn't pick a difficult race for your first race, so pick something that you know you're going to finish, and just be positive and train healthy and don't get hurt while you go out there.